There's a reason The Lord of the Rings feels different from any modern blockbuster. It's not just the world building, not just the dialogue, not even the epic battles, it's the details. The tiny, almost invisible clues Peter Jackson hides in single frames. Clues that reveal character arcs, foreshadow tragedies, and quietly expose the fate of Middle-earth long before the story tells you today. We're breaking down top 5. By the end of this video, you'll understand the exact moment Gandalf realized Frodo would fail, the micro-expression that exposes Aragorn's deepest fear, the camera move that predicts Boromir's death. Hidden shot 1, the second you realize Gandalf already knew Frodo would fail. To understand this first hidden clue, you have to rewatch a scene you've seen 100 times, but never like this. The room is quiet, Bag End is warm, still, ordinary. Yet in the stillness, there's a storm building, one hidden inside Gandalf himself. Frodo looks up at him and asks the question that changes Middle-earth.
What must I do?
What must I do? And here's where the filmmaking becomes surgical. Peter Jackson holds the camera on Gandalf for 1 extra second. Just one. But in that second, Ian McKellen delivers something most viewers miss.
I dare not take it.
A tiny exhale, barely visible. The faintest collapse of the shoulders. And his eyes, they don't look at Frodo, they look through Frodo. Why? Because Gandalf already knows the truth. Frodo isn't strong enough to carry the ring. No Hobbit is. No one is. This isn't a mission set up for success. It's a mission designed around inevitable failure. This is where Tolkien's deeper lore breaks through the screen. Gandalf understands that the ring can't be destroyed through strength, but through mercy, weakness, accident, and the intervention of forces no hero can control. And the shot tells you all of this before the script does a single thing. Watch Gandalf's right hand. He doesn't reach out. He doesn't touch Frodo's shoulder. He keeps distance, because he knows the ring's influence is already starting. This is the moment the wizard realizes Frodo will try, Frodo will fight, but Frodo will break. And Gandalf silently accepts that the fate of Middle-earth will rely on something far more fragile than Frodo's willpower. Gollum's corruption chance, mercy, and a final slip of fate. Before Frodo even leaves the Shire, Gandalf already knows he's sending a hobbit toward failure, and hoping that failure will still lead to victory. That entire emotional weight is hidden in one shot, one expression, one breath. Bag End looks peaceful, but the wizard has already seen the ending. Hidden shot 2, the micro-expression that reveals Aragorn's fear. If you want to understand Aragorn, truly understand him, don't look at his battles, or his bravery, or the crown he eventually earns. Look at Amon Hen. Look at the moment the Fellowship fractures. Look at the second Aragorn realizes Frodo has run from him. There's a detail here almost no one talks about. A micro-expression hidden in the chaos, so quick you'd miss it unless you freeze the exact frame. Frodo backs away. The ring whispers. The forest tightens. And when Aragorn approaches him, Peter Jackson cuts to a close-up that lasts less than a second. Aragorn's eyes widen, not in anger, not in frustration, but in fear. Actual, genuine fear. But fear of what? Not fear for himself, not fear of the ring, but fear of becoming exactly what Isildur became. This is where the cinematography becomes storytelling. Aragorn's pupils dart downward, toward Frodo's hand in the ring. Then instantly, they snap away. He refuses to look at it again. This is the moment that reveals Aragorn's entire internal war. While everyone else fears the power of the ring, Aragorn fears something deeper. He fears becoming the man who doomed Middle-earth. He fears repeating the failure of his bloodline. He fears that accepting the ring, even for a second, proves he was never meant to be king. And Peter Jackson encodes all of that in a micro-expression that lasts less than half a heartbeat. Then comes the second detail, the one almost everyone misses. When Frodo runs, Aragorn doesn't chase. Not because he doesn't care, but because he's afraid that chasing Frodo means chasing the ring. And chasing the ring means falling into the same temptation that crushed Isildur. Aragorn's fear isn't cowardice, it's clarity. He knows himself, he knows the legacy he carries, and he knows that if he follows Frodo now, Middle-earth may lose more than just a hobbit. This tiny, almost invisible shot tells you that Aragorn's greatest battle is not with orcs, not with Sauron, not even with his destiny. It's with himself, and in that one look, that one flicker of fear, the entire future of Gondor hangs in the balance. Hidden Shot 3, the camera move that foreshadows Boromir's death. Narrator, slow, analytical, cinematic. Among all the members of the Fellowship, Boromir is the one whose fate feels inevitable. But what most viewers don't realize is that Peter Jackson tells you exactly how Boromir will die before Boromir even joins the quest. Not through dialogue, not through music, but through a single camera movement during the Council of Elrond. Let's freeze that moment. The shards of Narsil lie before him, the sword that cut the ring from Sauron's hand. Boromir steps forward, curious, skeptical, dismissive. But watch what the camera does. As Boromir reaches for the sword, the camera pushes in. Slow, deliberate, silent, not toward the sword, toward Boromir. This push-in is not neutral, it's ominous. In film language, a slow push-in signals, this choice will destroy this character. When Boromir picks up the shards, one piece slides, cutting his finger. Most viewers treat this as a moment of curiosity, but it's foreshadowing. A blade drawing Boromir's blood before his journey even begins. But here's the deeper layer, the academic layer, the part only a shot-by-shot breakdown reveals. Boromir doesn't just cut his finger, he bleeds onto the sword meant for the king he does not trust. Symbolically, Boromir is wounded by the legacy of Gondor he wishes he could inherit. He is wounded by destiny, by prophecy, by the very history he is desperate to claim. And the camera move reinforces this fate. As Boromir lifts the shard, the camera tilts upward, placing the weapon in a line from Boromir's chest to the unseen sky above him. This visual line is a perfect match for the angle of the arrows that will kill him at Amon Hen. This is not an accident. This is intentional visual prophecy. Boromir will die not because he is weak, not because he is corrupt, but because he is tragically human. Torn between loyalty, legacy, and the impossible expectations placed on him. And the film tells you this in the first few minutes of meeting him. A blade draws his blood. A camera predicts the angle of his death. And a doomed son of Gondor is marked by fate long before the first battle begins. Boromir's ending isn't just sad, it's scripted into the cinematography from the start. And that's where everything in this scene secretly shifts, and watch our next part to know Hidden Shot 4 and 5.